Hello guys, same again please. We'll take questions from English speaking media first and then from Italian. Somewhere to start? Martin? Just here at the front please. Thank you.
Hi Ruben, it's a big week you've got coming up with Juventus and then Manchester United, but you've got to focus on tomorrow night first, right?
Yeah, very well said. One at a time. Next one is the big deal, and obviously a tough one, and yeah, very important for us.
City have conceded 22 goals in the last 9 matches. That's very unlike you, isn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. But I guess that's football. That's life. Sometimes you have different obstacles you don't really expect, and you have only one way to move forward, which is to believe in yourself, be persistent, and see the light.
Yeah.
Hi Ruben. Can you put into words when there is such disruption in the defence and players are out, players are in, it's constantly changing, even for players at the level of Manchester City, how disruptive that is?
Yeah, obviously it doesn't make the job any easier, and it is disruptive, people coming in now, injuries, but I focus mainly on the way to move forward, and that's the one thing that concerns my mind. When I go home, whatever happens, it's the only thing that stays in my mind for a while, which is how are we going to move forward, and our ways to stick together, whatever people throw at us and whatever difficulties might come, because football is about that as much as life is. And yeah, of course it's not an easy period, and we used to be on a very in very different situations, but this is football, and maybe a bit different, a bit less, a bit more. In the past it has already happened to us. Even I remember now the treble season, even last season we had a tough period at some point. And this is the time in which you show character, in which you show who you are. I've always believed that in the most difficult moments in life, you show your true colors, and this is one of them.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the character that the manager is showing at the moment? He's just been talking to us about keeping it simple and doing the basics. How has he been, his character?
Well, he's right alongside us, and I think I didn't hear the press conference, but if he said those words, I truly believe in them, that it's the time for that, and it's the time to stick together as a team. Keep believing in our process, because our process has done some magic over the years, and it's the time to stay strong. Back to basics.
Paul in the middle, please.
Hi Ruben. In one of the documentaries, I think it was the treble season, there was a video clip of you talking to the dressing room, trying to G them up before an important match. Obviously you're a leader in this squad, part of the leadership group. Have you taken it upon yourself in this difficult period to talk to the players, to try and get that confidence level back up again?
Yeah, but I guess we all do in a way. Obviously some are more genuine about it in terms of their way of being. But it's mostly in times like this, or even in any circumstance, there's always a time in which words mean something and they should be said. And I think we do a good job between our leaders and assessing the moments in which those words need to come out. So yeah, obviously those moments are important as well, because at the end of the day, we're a team, we're a group of players, but we're a family. And in a family, we need to stick together. We need to run for a reason. And it's about keeping that reason very much alive.
Cool.
Hi, Ruben. You've just spoken about the mentality and stuff, and that you need to find a way to fix it. Have you identified as a squad what you can do to fix things?
Well, our way has always been the same. If we're on a good level, no one can stop us. Obviously, we have people out, people coming in, and then injuries happening. But we know that if we have everyone available, and even with not everyone available, if we find our rhythm, we can be very, very dangerous. So in this circumstance, in this moment of time, of course, and with the team we have, I believe that more than anything else, it's just about keep on believing in ourselves. Keep the strength, keep the focus on what's ahead. Don't get dragged by whatever happened, and we'll find it.
Simon.
Hi Ruben. after what you've achieved over the last 6-7 years, obviously all great teams come to an end. As somebody who's part of the dressing room, how does it feel to hear people on the outside say, well, maybe this is the end for what has been a great Manchester City team?
Well, isn't that the beauty of all of it, I guess? The fact that people are wondering about it. And once again, we have another occasion to show up and do what we do. Football is just that. Doesn't really matter how much you've accomplished in the past or how much you're going to accomplish. You're always going to be demanded more, and you're always going to demand more of yourself, and you're always going to want more as well. And as long as your legs allow you, that's what you want to strive for. Keep on pushing yourself as a team, as a club, as an individual. And the fact that people doubt is the one thing as well that brings you strength, is the one thing that inspires you to be greater and greater. Now we're talking about obviously winning, and winning tomorrow is the main focus, but in a way we talk about our legacy. This is our legacy, more than obviously the treble, the 4 in a row, all of it. It's spectacular, but I do believe that the one thing that defines a legacy is how you've reacted on the most difficult moment of your career. I'm a true believer of those moments being the ones that define you. So we embrace the difficult moments, because those are the ones that maybe I personally will for sure remember one day later.
Take some questions from Italian media, please. Ruben will reply in English. Questions, guys? Raise hands. Yeah, please, back. Thank you.
Good evening, Nicola Balice, La Stampa. So one question about your opponent tomorrow, Dusan Vlahovic. So what about your expectations about this challenge? And also as to Haaland, what are the differences between the two players in your opinion?
First of all, I'm not going to be comparing players here. I think it's not the player, so I'm not even the person that should be doing so. But yeah, it's not about him alone. Obviously, it's about what they can do as a team, and they can be a very dangerous team. We're very aware, and we know the challenge we're up against. Like I've said before, it's a time obviously to recognize what's in front of us, but more than anything else, focus on ourselves, because we know that if any close to our best level, we can win.
The gentleman there, please. Perfect, thank you.
Buonasera.
Good evening. Filippo Cornacchia, La Gazzetta dello Sport. So in the national team, you play with Francisco Conceicao, and Francisco Conceicao here in Italy was quite a surprise that he had such an impact here. So I would like to know what he said to his colleague defenders for the management of Conceicao, because it was very dangerous against Juventus in the past. So basically, did you give any warning to your teammates?
So you're asking me if I gave any warning to my team because of him? Well, first of all, it was a surprise to you guys. It was not a surprise to me. I know how good he is, and he's really good. And obviously, I think there's a good understanding in our dressing room of how good individually Juventus players are and how dangerous they can be. So obviously, he's a very strong individuality, like many others Juve has, and we know what we're up against. So yeah.
Any more, guys? We happy? Okay, thank you very much.